SMD Law is the official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Check them out on the interwebs at smdalaw.com or at 866-529-3537. No matter where you are in the state of Michigan, Upper Peninsula, Lower Peninsula, it doesn't matter. They have an office near you. So whether you need to send a letter to an annoying neighbor, or you're a criminal and you need defense, maybe you just have problems with elder law, check them out, smdalaw.com today. The official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Call them first. Then you act.
There's a lot of coaches, Iowa coach, they all said a great thing. So I'm glad that they see my message as a way that their players can relate. And I'm glad, I'm just happy.
Thanks, Khari. Appreciate it.
Khari, you've been a great leader since you got here. You and I have talked about it a lot.
Yes, sir.
But privately with your teammates, you've talked a lot about your faith. But today it was like a sermon. I thought you were going to take an offering. But you're a guy that isn't ashamed of your faith. What does your faith mean to Khari Willis?
My faith to me is a personal journey. I mean, along this road of faith, I've had a lot of ups, and truthfully, I had some downs as well. But it's something that if I stick to, I notice that I become better and better and better at whatever it is I'm doing. And so faith to me is important. Believing in something you can't see, especially in this dark world, something that you can't always see with your eyes, and especially when you may not always want to believe or want to do the right thing. Sometimes doing the right thing is a hard thing to do, but I feel like my faith is something that kind of keeps me grounded, keeps me honed in on who I am.
As a 47-year-old Christian, it doesn't get easier. I can attest to that. But L.J. Scott talks about he had grown up in the church, got away from it. All of a sudden now you've got him back in. Are you able to appreciate, because you're young, the impact that you've had on so many of your teammates' lives?
Yeah, I appreciate it, but I think it's a two-way street. I think, LJ, his personality has impacted me multiple different ways, but I feel like one of the things I learned with faith is that I relate. There's more similarities in faith than there are differences. Mm-hmm. And I feel that if we can ground these similarities, then we can just grow. I always tell them, like, I don't want to know your sins. I don't want to know what you do. I just want to know that you're good, that you're solid, that your head is on straight, and that you're growing as a person. And I feel like they tell me the same thing. I don't even know what you do. I don't need to understand that. I just need to understand that, we got to understand it of the word, and that's something that we can talk about, something that we can grow with together.
Chris Fry told me that he had no greater friend at Michigan State than Khari Willis. He loved you. Told me, I love him. I would do anything in the world for him. He is my brother.
Yeah.
What was it about Chris that you two just connected, and how did he make you a better player? Because he told me you made him a better man. How did he make you a better player?
Chris made me a better player by the way he approached the game. Me and Chris have always been close since I originally got here. I remember watching Chris get thrown out of a Michigan game, I think for targeting, when I was still in high school. And I was just like, man, I would love to play with that dude because he just doesn't care, So me and Chris, we played on the same side for a couple of years. We both had ups and downs in our career. We relate to each other a lot. He's someone that you see, outside of football a lot. Like he said, Chris is my brother, and I'm glad that things are going well for him.
Raekwon Williams is a guy, I absolutely love Raekwon. He is a wonderful human being. He is a great football player. He's just quiet. For those of us like you and I...
Ray is not quiet.
Okay, but I mean, when you put a camera in front of him...
Okay.
But when the camera's not on, he's you. So my question is, what is it about Raekwon that just makes him such a special human being?
I feel like Ray has a very unique personality. I feel that to be that big, he has an aggressive side and he has a funny side, but he cares. One thing about Ray is, Ray won't let you do nobody wrong. He will not let it. He won't tolerate it. He won't do anything wrong. He won't do anyone wrong. He's very caring to be that big, But he's very skilled. Like, Ray's a good basketball player. Mm-hmm. I mean, I haven't found anything that he doesn't do well. You know what I'm saying? I always tell him he's a bigger, slower version of me. No, but Ray's great though. He acts shy, but he talks. He's always talking. He's fun to play with. He's fun to dance around and mess around with. Ray is one of my best friends.
Antoine obviously missed spring, but that's a heck of a football player right there.
That's a dog.
I mean, he is a tough, hard-nosed guy. Mm-hmm. What is it that Antoine Simmons earned everybody's respect in his freshman year?
I think you said it. Toughness is valued in our program, especially within this sport. It's not something that you just
It's no skinny jean wearing soccer player.
Yeah, it's something. it's something that you just adapt and you bring in with you. And if you have toughness and if you honor toughness, it's something that you'll see. And Antoine has a lot of it, plenty of it, and he carries himself around that way. Very, very respectable. He's someone that I appreciate having on this team, on my team.
I want to ask this question. I don't want to get into what happened. There's no need to it.
Right.
But John Reschke would not be back without Khari Willis. And you were a big impact on that. I know that you have a heart for John. What do you wish? The media sometimes talks so much about the negative, and that's just not right, because there's a lot of positive about him as a young man.
Definitely.
What do you wish people knew about John Reschke that you as a team did, and that you were willing to say, I want this kid back?
Yeah, negativity sells, so I understand that.
Okay, but that's not what you get from me.
No, definitely not. Not you at all. But John, what I want people to know about John is that, one, everybody makes mistakes. It's just the magnitude of which he made a mistake. If you go around this room and you ask every player, have you ever said something that you didn't mean? Have you ever said something that you didn't mean and maybe you didn't get in trouble for it? The consequences for him was bigger. The magnitude of the stage was bigger. Definitely not belittling the act, but John is a great person. He's a great teammate. He's fun to be around. He's fun to hang around. He always has well intentions. Initially when it happened, I reached out to John. We sat down. We talked. Most of it wasn't even about that. He's always been a great friend to me, someone I've been playing behind for some years. And to have him, go away and come back, be able to see his growth, be able to see him learn from the mistakes, and be able to see how his mistake affects him and influences him. I like it. I like the fact that John is back with us.
What does it mean to Khari Willis, the man? You're certainly going to be a captain. But what does it mean to Khari Willis, the man, to look across and see your brother and friend Reschke in the locker room?
It means a lot. It puts a smile on my face. It means that we have a great environment to be able to accept him back. We have great people to be able to interact with him. I look at him in the locker room and I see the same John that left. I see him interacting with white players, black players, interacting with everybody. It's something that we love. It's something that we appreciate.
Is he someone fans should not take lightly as far as the potential winning a starter's job?
I wouldn't never count him out. If you ever watch John play, I don't think he lost a step. We'll see when the pads come on, but I know he's got a lot stronger, and he's looking like he's running pretty good. So I wouldn't count him out. I wouldn't count Tyreek out. I wouldn't count a lot of guys out. We're loaded at that position, and Byron Buller as well, so we're loaded. So I'll say have fun enjoying whoever we put out there.
Proud of you, buddy. Love you, man. Good work.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.